So we're going to just hop right in. We've got a device sitting here in front of us that can't be ignored. It's just right here.
Look at it.
Taking up
Oh,
all
I thought
of
we were
our...
talking about the phone.
We'll get to that
We'll
later.
get that in a minute.
Shine the reflective white ceramic coating
probably
all around
blowing
our
out the
faces.
shot. So if you're not watching over on YouTube, we
should be.
are.
You're going to have to.
Yeah, you should. It's cool. We
have
have
props.
a video. Yeah, we have props. We have a
Pripes.
plant. Preps. We have pips. We have a
played
plant.
golf
We
yesterday.
have
Yeah.
we have a dinosaur. Yeah, YouTube's cool. We do a video version of the episode, so you can go watch and see some of what we're talking about. But for our audio listeners, we have the HP Dragonfly Pro Chromebook sitting in front of us. We went to a reviewer's workshop up in New York City and got some extra hands-on, got some more details about this that we'll share more of when we get closer.
When we can.
When we can, yeah. Get to review time.
Someday.
But they gave us one to take home.
Yeah.
And we have it, and it's right here, and it's beautiful. They gave us the white version. I was hoping maybe they'd give us both, you know.
Yeah. I've tried to hit them up and
Is
see.
it black or blue?
It's black.
Black. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got like a little sparkle to it almost.
It's kind of the same vibe to me from the optics of it look a lot like the Pixelbook Go.
Yeah.
The black one.
Yeah.
But
without fingerprints.
Yeah, without all the fingerprints because it's got this like chalky kind of ceramic-y coating to it.
It's like almost
Is it
soft
like-
touch.
Is it the texture of like the older X360 with the white lid? That kind of texture?
Yeah, it's like
It
literally
feels
like
exactly
that.
the same.
So
It's just,
instead, a lot of times colorways, the other color won't feel the same.
Yeah, no,
the black
not
one felt
the
exactly
case.
like
That's cool.
this, just
Yeah.
dark. And so the white devices obviously don't show any fingerprints because they're white. But the darker color, like the navy blue ones especially, have just been awful
Yeah,
for
a lot of
fingerprints.
Lenovo's blue ones are.
And any of the
bad.
dark grays, the charcoal colors, and then the solid black Chromebooks, just man, most of them get fingerprinty. And this one, we were eating some chicken wings and like slapping our hands. Not really. There were no chicken wings.
we had a big greasy slice of pizza, slapped it on
just
the
put
front,
it on top, and then pull it off, and it was like completely
Yeah.
oleophobic. Like
It was
the
wild.
oil just like bubbled
slid
up
off
and
of
ran
it.
away.
It was wild.
No, it's not true.
That's
not true.
Wow.
We did have bacon and eggs for breakfast
We
that
did.
morning. So there's some
There's
stuff
some
maybe.
grease maybe floating
I don't know.
You
We
have
were
bacon
like,
and eggs?
oh, dude. They
That was in
hooked
New
up-
York. Okay.
yeah, they
I'm like,
hooked
when did we have bacon and eggs?
They hooked up breakfast. It was good. But yeah, we're limited to what we can say about this device. And so we don't want to go too far, but we had hands-on time. They unveiled this thing in Las Vegas.
Right.
So it was there. Everybody's seen it. Everybody knows about it. Like it's not a mystery. So
Yeah.
Right.
a 1200 nit screen, not a mystery. RGB keyboard, it's not a mystery. The one spec internals, it's a Core i5 12th gen, 16 gigs of RAM. 256 gigs NVMe storage, not a mystery. 4 Thunderbolt ports. None of these things are like
Nothing else. Yep.
yeah. It's not that we didn't know about this. This is all public, and so now it's that fine line of we have it here, and I've obviously formed plenty of opinions.
Yeah.
and can't quite
share
say them.
those yet.
We could just
Stay
talk.
tuned.
Yeah, we can talk factually.
The
about
box we can talk about because we put out a social video.
and it's been doing.
We always say
pretty good,
short. I'm like conditioned to say shorts.
I am.
now.
I watch shorts a lot, and my shorts feed has gotten so much better.
It has.
And I just enjoy it because it's just kind of baked into YouTube, and so sometimes it'll show up on my TV
in
too,
YouTube
and
a lot.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do enjoy
So
'em.
we did a quick kind of social
I'm
media
looking-
vertical video unboxing, short
Looking to see
Instagram
how
reel,
it's
Tic Tac.
doing.
Was doing quite.
It's like messaging. 800 different ways to deliver the
It's
same
like we
message.
say the vertical video, social video, whatever.
It's at 16,000 views now.
Yeah, it's chugging right along, and Instagram has done well as well. What were we talking about?
Yeah,
the
we're
Austin
trying to-
Powers.
the Austin Powers
Yes,
stories.
it
He
has
gets
done
stuck
well
saying-
as.
what is this?
We couldn't get to it. I couldn't remember.
Can't remember it. Somebody look it up. We're gonna have to cut it in.
Isn't when
Andrew, cut
he's
that in.
playing poker, isn't it?
Yeah, I
As
think so.
well.
He says, I too like to live dangerously. What does he say?
Yeah, but it's like he says something. The
As-
turn of
And then he
phrase
says
means
it.
also, and then he
Yeah.
also
Yeah.
says also.
Yeah.
Like, it's great.
I'm going to have to go back and watch
Perfect,
it now.
perfect awkwardness,
So it's
Said, hit me.
Anywho, people are excited about the unboxing, as they should be, because the unboxing experience for this one is fantastic. We say, like, we love seeing these devices that ship with these super eco-friendly boxes and everything's recyclable.
Because at the end of the day, like that,
you're gonna throw it away.
Yeah, it's
going over
the
there, and then it's going in
we
the trash.
We
don't
keep
throw 'em
boxes,
away.
but
No, we don't.
and maybe I keep some boxes.
I think that I have a possibility of
like
reselling,
phones I
boxes.
keep.
Yeah, because it's just
So you might keep this box, and it is just a nice, well done, thoughtful unboxing.
So the only ones I can think of that had boxes like these, obviously
Pixelbooks.
the Chromebook Pixels,
Mm-hmm.
those devices. So those all had, the Chromebook Pixels had the same. Actually, there's one right up there.
Let's do a quick kind of run through of what we can share about this device.
It's wild.
Yeah.
And I know you rattled off a few of them a moment ago, but
Yeah, I mean it's 3.7 pounds. I think, I don't know the thickness of it, but sits just right in that right range. Like, it doesn't feel super
Just over
dainty,
12, I
but it
think.
doesn't feel super thin either.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like, oh, this is the thinnest Chromebook I've ever seen. You know, it's just, I'll use this word 100,000 times probably talking about this. It's considered.
Yeah.
yep.
They considered. You can tell it's really balanced.
Yeah, which
It's weighted
HP does this a lot. This big rubber strip across the bottom. I used to not like this, but one, you get the elevation of the device a little bit more. Two, when you if you need to pick it up,
Yep.
it gives that little bit of
That's
grip,
like-
and
yep.
I like that.
clean underside. You know, there's the fan ports on the back where the lid is, and that's about it. I would assume there's probably some ventilation that happens in these guys
Through
too.
the speaker grills.
But yeah, you got speaker grills on the bottom and then speaker grills on the top. But very, very simplistic device. You know, and even from a port selection, just 4 USB, 4 Thunderbolt, 4 ports. So, yeah, you got to use a dongle, but you can dongle your way into whatever you want to do.
I mean,
all the monitors.
super fast storage, lots of monitors, a combination of those things.
because that's what
whatever you want to do.
Yeah, when they first announced it, I was kind of like, but then I got to think about it, I'm like, what scenario? Because, I mean, you've got like the pluggable dock that I just opened in there.
Yeah.
I mean, there's zero applications you can't use. And I was like, well, first device without a headphone jack. I'm like, I don't remember the last time I plugged a set of headphones into anything other than this.
Yeah,
I mean,
and I do wish that they would have sent like at least an adapter.
Yeah,
I wish,
would have been
box-
nice.
that
just
would
one of
be
those
a
little
dongle.
USB-C guys. But you know, especially for audio things. So if you need to do some recording stuff, like
Right.
you need to plug like a lapel mic or something into it, a quick adapter would be really nice to
for
include, or to at least make available on your site.
Yeah.
But yeah, you get the the sweet one finger lift.
Yeah.
You get the wildly bright 1200 nit screen. It's quad HD. It's 16 by 10, 14 inches. So it's in that range that we kind of like to see. It doesn't have the smallest bezels in the world, but it doesn't have huge bezels. It's just like, again, this device just doesn't feel like one that they went out of their way to do anything that's like, this is the number one, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
It was like, what makes a great Chromebook? Let's do this. And so that's kind of where we're trying to aim
Does
here.
this have a privacy?
No, so no privacy shutter up there, which is an odd omission.
Well,
it's
here's
one
my
of the few
question.
things that's like, that was
But
weird.
here's my thought, though. They have started, I don't think it's unstable yet, but they're baking in
Those controls.
Yeah.
those controls. So
That'll
if
probably be-
this
it just shut it
camera
off.
has that ability, then you might just be able to shut it off.
That would
That
be my leaning is where they're
Yeah.
going to. It does have the microphone switch on the top.
Nice.
You get the RGB keyboard, fingerprint scanner as I use that. And then the fun ability to let your keyboard basically color itself to match up with the background, or to you go full RGB if you want to. And it's one of the first ones that's like bright enough, even under this crazy lighting,
Yeah.
you can see it,
Yeah.
which is really nice. Really great. HP's been making great keyframes for a long time, but expect it to be a really good keyboard to type on. I've limited my use of this thing because I don't. I want to wait till we're closer to the time we can share the review. So I don't want to get too far into it. But they brought the haptic trackpad back again, and just like we found in Vegas, like it's responsive, feels good. It's all glass, doesn't move. It feels like it's moving, and then it's got a really nice set of quad speakers on it.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say for now.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, we talked about it in our hands-on in Vegas of the speakers rumbling the table,
Yeah.
So
they're exceptional.
Yeah. We're just excited about this device. Obviously for a lot of reasons.
And there's so much that we can share. There's so much that we know about it.
Yeah.
And that's also the reason, like, I'm very excited.
Yeah.
And also the reason that I'm limiting my use of it right now.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know that using it every day that I'd be able to not talk about it. Like, if I keep myself away from it a little bit, I can just talk about it with specs and leave it alone.
Control yourself.
And that's what I'm doing right now for the time being. Sooner rather than later, we will be able to just say anything we want.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
This is an awesome Chromebook.
So here before the break, let's talk a little bit about the SKU. And I'm sure you probably, and we've talked about it a little bit, maybe on the show, maybe not, I'm not sure, of one SKU.
Yeah.
Love it.
And a clean, clear name, Dragonfly Pro Chromebook.
Yep.
So what is the SKU and what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, it's white and black. That's it. Yeah. I mean, you're not going to go config this thing to, I want the 8128 version, or the 8128 version comes with no fingerprint scanner and a quad or a HD screen, but it's not. It's the 400 nit screen, not the 1200 nit. Right. Oh, okay. Well, does that one have Iris Xe? No, because it's Core i3. So it's Core i3 matched up with that kind of thing.
Right.
And then you lose the fingerprint scanner. But
this is what we deal with every day.
The haptic trackpad in there, and it's only a dual speaker. So, it quickly just spirals out of control for consumers, like, because most people go and they're just like, oh, I want that Dragonfly Pro. And what has happened in the past is we've seen these devices come out, and we saw it with one in particular. I don't want to run anybody through the mud, but we had one. We got the device in before it was announced. We did some video stuff on it, and then we were getting ready to do the review on it, and it's like, wait, that's not the version that's there. So they're like, oh, we'll send you the version that's in Best Buy. And it was a pretty different experience using that one, because it was much less awesome.
And that's the one that's available to the general public. Yeah.
Right. And now it's changed, through channels that aren't quite as readily apparent. You can get the one that we had our hands on with immediately. And so they sent us a better version. And, we're in the process of trying to figure out, okay, how do we position this, and, how do we review this in such a way? Because it's available. It's just most people aren't going to find it unless they find it through us, probably. And so, those kind of things. Unfortunately, because the Chromebook market is still growing, like, it's still learning how to be a mature thing in the consumer market. They're just in flux all the time. And so I think manufacturers see that as ways that they can offload probably some extra hardware they have sitting around.
Right.
We'll offer this cheap Chromebook in 6 different SKUs, and Best Buy will have some, and CDW will have these, and over on Amazon they'll have this other one. Here from us, you'll get this one.
But all the stock photos will be the same, so
we'll call it the same thing.
Because we've seen that multiple times at Best Buy, where it's like, this has a fingerprint scanner, HP or whoever says it, and people are like, we bought this, it didn't have it.
Doesn't have it.
Right. Well, all the pictures have it. It says it in the spec sheet it has it, but it doesn't have it because the SKU you have just didn't have that thing. And
but like these devices, like, the way that it is perfect, or if they do, it just ends up being these flagship prosumer devices are like, you can pick RAM and storage and that's it, or just keep it like this and don't do anything. But the exterior specs, all that should be the same. I mean, that's it. What can you do on a Mac, on like a Mac?
If you go
just
get
a MacBook, you got GPU, storage, RAM.
That's it.
The screens are all the same.
They don't change screens, keyboards.
Yeah.
And I think RAM and storage is fine. So if you want to give some people some flexibility on that stuff, I get that. And even on GPU. So like if I go down to i3, like making it apparent, like I'm getting a lesser GPU. And we've talked. Just found another Chromebook with a discrete NVIDIA GPU coming. So those are coming too. So those are going to be some more options that you'll have to think through as you purchase. But I think this Chromebook is a course correction, basically, in that. So where we've missed so far on one side, let's course correct all the way on the other side. So one SKU, I think, is maybe a little bit too, but
Like for somebody who wanted some extra storage on this device, that would be nice.
Or somebody that's like, hey, can I save $200 and get? I don't need, like, I personally don't need 256 gigs of storage on a Chromebook.
Right. But the way they positioned this in the original press conference that we sat in, that's exactly why they did it. They just some people that we want to know that when we buy this device,
that's
it's
what we got.
Never going to have any issue doing anything we need to do. Okay, then buy this device. And at the end of the day, it probably shouldn't, but I'm sure you could slap some more storage in.
Yeah.
We'll have to see.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. With a lot of devices, that's not the thing. In
like the Macs have been all soldered for a while now. I do believe,
and even though you can do that with some Chromebooks, because a lot of Chromebooks are moving away from M.2, where you can pop it in and out. It's not like general consumers shouldn't do that because you got to go write your image and do that. It's not hard, but they're not going to know how to do it. So, regardless. 256 I think is a good number, and with Thunderbolt 4 ports, you can buy one of those little dudes, and it reads and writes as fast as anything that's on your motherboard.
Literally, like Andrew and I both edit off of externals,
off of that card.
Like
you're not moving stuff to your internal and then moving it back.
I literally don't have any project files saved locally on that MacBook over there.
Yeah,
so it's like for that person who is dealing with maybe big files. Go get this,
and it
the OWC Electron.
100% it will happen because, LumaFusion just came out of beta. It's like publicly available, like officially official now. More and more people are going to be picking that up and trying it and seeing what they can do with it. This device, obviously, amongst many Chromebooks, will handle it with ease.
LumaFusion edit from drives?
No idea.
I
opened it once.
Yeah, you can set storage location. So
I was super intimidated.
Sure you can.
So I closed it.
I just didn't know.
I was trying to get out a quick. It was actually the unboxing, I think, of this.
Yeah,
we were trying to get that out kind of quickly. I was like, oh, doing LumaFusion. Open it up and
learning curve.
I was like, but that's kind of like
it needs to
kind of the point.
Yeah, that needs to have a learning curve.
If you opened up Final Cut or Premiere.
Yeah,
for the first time, you're gonna be like, "What the heck?" You know. So I do recall there being set storage location.
Okay. Google needs to deliver that promised video editor in Photos for people like me, or for short projects like that, quick to the point, make it clean, simple, and then people that want to spend time, like LumaFusion has a great set of resources to learn.
They're even like
here's videos, here's walkthroughs, here's tutorials. They even have a tutorial in it. And I was like, no, I'll skip the tutorial. And I was like, well, that was dumb. Yeah, I probably should clear the cache and try again.
I'm gonna do that. Yeah,
but so that you kind of orient yourself with how their system is going to work, because everybody's going to do it a little bit different. And if a tool's powerful enough, it should have a learning curve. Like, if there's no learning curve, you probably should be asking yourself,
is it really
is this really as professional as I need it to be down the road?
Exactly.
And so it's a little bit of give and take, but I think there are going to be people using LumaFusion on something like this.
Probably,
It's got the XE graphics, so it's got a decent GPU. It's fast, a lot of RAM.
Great screen.
So I think it's going to be great for editing videos on. 100%, once we're able to do all the things we want to do with this, we will probably do some sort of video of some sort and edit it on this.
Oh yeah,
just 100%. To show like, hey, this was done completely on the HP. But that's not to say this is the only Chromebook that will be good for that. Right. There's plenty of them, but it will be great for that. And when Steam Gaming comes, it's going to be good for that kind of stuff too. But if we've got Chromebooks with NVIDIA GPUs coming, and we've already got these gaming Chromebooks, like, if we're going to have that stuff, I feel like gaming enthusiasts might move to something else, especially with that high refresh screen. Because this
probably
is still, good old 60 hertz screen. It's an awesome panel, and most people aren't going to care anything about that. But 120 hertz is nice, especially for gaming. So, this isn't necessarily a gamer enthusiast aimed Chromebook. This is meant for people wanting to get stuff done.
But it has an RGB keyboard.
It does. But I think their main trick in that is really to play into this material use stuff that's coming, so that it just kind of plays along with the whole theme and the feel of the Chromebook, and it looks nice. And again, I've said this multiple times about this and other RGB keyboards. If you don't like the color, or you feel like it looks weird in a meeting, make it white or turn it off.
Yeah.
This isn't a deterrent. This is an extra feature that if you don't want, you don't have to use.
Right.
No problem. So just use it. But I can't wait to be able to say more stuff about it.
Stay tuned. Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching this clip of the Chromecast podcast. If you want to see the full episode, it's linked down in the show notes. This was just a little teaser, just a little snippet. So you can watch the whole episode if you'd like. It's linked down below. But if you like this content, give us a thumbs up. Go down there and click subscribe and click the notification bell next to it so you get an alert when we put out future clips. All right, we'll catch you all in the next one. See you.